Okay, it's been quite a while. I've been out of the shop, running around my house, outside. You know, yesterday we had a big rainstorm come through here, and it got so hot yesterday, 36 degrees. That's a record temperature here in Aurelia. It was hot. Today it won't be quite so hot, and maybe I think it's supposed to be sunny, no rain, but who knows. So anyway, wow, 36 is just unbelievably oppressive with humidity. And I know many people in the world suffering much more heat than this. So wow, suffering is the word for it. Okay, what am I going to do here? Well, I think what I'm going to do, as strange as it might sound, I'm going to revert back to trying to finish off the installation of the new IF transformer here. I'm going to focus on trying to tune it. I'm going to use signals fed into the radio close to here, and try to get this guy tuned up. And the reason for that is I'm not sure what else I have to do, or I'm not sure what else to do right now in terms of the hum in the radio. And this might lead me somewhere as I poke around and fool around. Sometimes you stumble across things that you're not going to find through a logical process. Remember, logical processes are trapping. There's a logical road you go down, but the good idea is over here. You can't get there through logic sometimes. You can't logically step your way over to here. You must make the leap. Okay, I'm going to make a leap and leave here right now. So I was mentioning about logical thought, and you know, the thing you want to discover over here, but the logical thought just keeping you over here. And how do you get over to this? Well, one way is stop thinking and start doing stuff. So I thought, well, why don't I work on this? On the transformer I put in, I'll come up with some way to try to tune it, or get it closer to where it should be tuned, because it's probably way off at this point. And in the course of doing that, guess what I've noticed? So here's the blue wire. There's another blue wire. Which wire goes where? These two wires are disappearing up above the chassis here. They're slipping up past the edge of the chassis, showing up here. What are they doing up here? What are they doing? They appear to be traveling up into the tuner area. That's where they seem to be going. Up into the tuner area. The primary side, well, of course, up here are these two tubes, so they could easily be coming up to fetch a signal from a plate of one of these two tubes. Hey, didn't I say this tube needs to be needs to have a shield on it? Maybe that's where the hum's coming from. That's not impossible. Okay, all these different things now. The shield thing is real easy. Let's do the shield thing right now. I'm going to get my box of shields. Here, I have a few. I've got a few here. Let's see if I've got one that will fit in here. So, in fact, we can change this one too. This is not right. This is not right. What is right probably is this guy here. There's a little bit of a ridge down near the bottom, and you can see there's a similar ridge here. Let's just pop this off here. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's just going right over the ridge. Have I got any ridgy ones in here? Show me a ridgy one. Here's one. Go. Show me another rich one. To be efficient in storing these, I've put the smaller ones into the bigger ones. So a lot of these are hidden from view. I think it's a bigger size. Show me a ridge one. Oh, it's got a tube in it. Hey, this has come complete with a tube. backwards. How did that get in there like that? Surprise, you're a winner. You've won a, I don't know what it is too. You've won a 6AU6. And got a ridge. That's gonna work. Okay, now the chances of this quelling the hum, I ain't got really 2%. I don't think this is gonna work, but we have to eliminate the possibility. That's the main thing now that I'm kind of doing here, is eliminating possibilities. We'll start the radio up. I'll put this on, and we'll hear the hum not change at all. Okay, is everything safe and good enough? I think so. Radio's on, you can hear the hum. More volume. Yes, one of you pointed out to me that the volume control is controlling the hum. And that's a very important observation, because it does say or suggest that the power supply is not the source of the hum. Still could be though, because it could be an amplified hum. There we go. And see, no difference. Yeah, so, okay, so that was quite, I'm going to leave it off. That was a long shot, for sure. Let's turn off the set here. Definitely a long shot. Now, back to what I was doing. Right, so I'm going to, so I want to try some stuff with the radio turned off first. Oh yeah, that's right, I was dealing with the blue wire and the other blue wire, and who's going where. This red and this blue wire are disappearing up into the tuner can. In fact, you know, you could guess they're heading up towards the socket of the tubes that are up here. Let's take a look at where. So the blue wire does go back to the plate of one of these two tubes, whichever one it is. So the other blue wire is heading this way. That's doing something else. Because we got to get up to these two tubes. So the red wire I don't know about. Red wire, this blue wire, this capacitor, and this resistor are all tied together. Why am I studying this? Because I stumbled onto the second blue wire and got concerned that somehow, but not somehow. Okay, back to my, I'm going to come up with a scam. Okay, here's what I've done. So you can see my scope over here with the camera looking at it, and of course you're looking at the image on the top of the screen here. And what I've done is I've taken the sweep generator back here. I've got it sweeping, I think 400 to 500 kilohertz, quite broad. I'm applying the output of the sweep generator to what I think is the primary side of the, what is wired in as the primary side of this IF transformer, and the secondary side I've simply got connected back to the scope. So you are seeing some kind of frequency sensitive effect going on. It would suggest there's a peak way back over here. This is 400 hertz, 400 kilohertz, and we're expecting a peak to show up somewhere in here. This is way, way, way off. So I'm now going to try to make some adjustments and see if I can move this around at all. I'm not so sure hooking up the test equipment this way is a valid thing. Oh yeah, look at, can you tell it's moving? Sure you can. Okay, I'm going to switch to the upper one now. If it's a lower one, I already moved. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it's the upper one I already moved. I got to hold the can. Hold the can. So the radio is not switched on while I'm doing this, by the way. This is just a passive sort of thing. You know how many times I've had to wash my hands while I'm working on this radio? Every time I leave the shop, I have to make a stop in the wash, and this because of the powder that's on the chassis here. Okay, so I've got it. Here we go. Come on, stay in. My tool is lousy. Lousy. Give me something with more power. It's too big. Okay, just hand me a little screwdriver. It's just not little enough. A littler one. Okay, this feels good. There we go. Oh no, the slug has stopped. You gotta be kidding me. There? So this may be completely invalid what I'm doing. Hooking up this test equipment to the transformer may have thrown its resonant point way off. I'm not sure about this, to be honest with you. I've done this kind of stuff on my bench before and it's actually worked pretty good, but this is nowhere near getting there. Yikes. Yikes. The IF can said right on it, 455. It really is. Hear that little click? That was the slug breaking free from its limit point. I drove it to its limit. Why, you little bugger. Okay, try the other one, but I can't imagine I'm going to get. Feel good either. So it's going smaller. They hit a limit. Are they hitting each other? Are these slugs banging into each other? This doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why is it everything that should be simple becomes complicated? Why is that? Okay, so this slug, I'm going to back it up a little bit, then I'm going to back it down. Oh, I think it's banging into the other slug. That's hard to believe. Okay, so I'm going to back this one up, out of the way. This does not make sense. Not making sense. This slug is too far in. We go with this one. Now it goes a lot further. I don't think this makes sense. Okay, this is, man, can't you tune a transformer? I'm gonna back the slug way down. I don't get it. I'm gonna have to put it down to the idea that the test is wrecking the resonant point. I have a capacitor here to try to ease off this problem. I'm gonna skip the capacitor and see what it looks like on the scope. So a little higher, but not. So what I'm trying to find out is the test instruments throwing the resonant point off. Not succeeding at all. Hey, you know what I can do? I got one right here. Let's get one of these out. Try this. We'll try it right on the bench here. Like I say, I've done something like this before. It seemed to work to me. Okay, leads off. And this is also, you know, obviously in a circuit. I mean, that can't make things simpler, can it? So we'll go here and here. Just turn this down a little bit, and then we're going to go here and here. Okay. I got a very similar response. Okay, now I'll try tuning this one. What this might prove is you can't do it this way. So the slug is starting right at the top here. That's where they've left it from the factory. Down here. Oh, it's in quite a ways. Oh, that's strange. So I'm backing this one down. And look what's happening. Kind of the end of the road there. So I am going to have to assume that, look at that, it's really going up. I have to assume that hooking up this equipment is throwing this test off. So what we can do is we utilize the radio and its own built-in circuitry to feed signals in and take signals out in such a way that it doesn't disturb the circuitry of the transformer. So feed the signal into the grid of the tube ahead of it, and look at the signal on the plate of the tube after it. Break time. And just like that, through video magic, it's the next day. It's now July 26th. I stepped out of my shop there yesterday and never made it back in. So same thing could happen today too. Another beautiful day outside. So okay, so what I concluded was probably the way I was approaching this is not really appropriate. The test equipment I'm hooking up is disturbing the operation of the very thing I'm trying to measure, which is a classic problem in this kind of work. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I mentioned it at the end yesterday, feed a signal into the grid of the tube ahead of the transformer, and then look at the output of the tube after the transformer. That way my test equipment, both injecting signal and looking at it, won't affect the tuning of this at all. And that's really the proper way to do it. So I'm just going to figure that out. You know, what we have to figure out is where is the connection for the scope? That's really the difficult one here. Okay, let's just go over what I've done here. I've got, oh, cat. Oh, I got cat news. Here comes a cat. I've got cat news. My black cat, Shadow, spent the night outside the other night, and in the morning she'd been skunked overnight. Oh, cat, get off my keyboard, would you? So our black cat is not welcome in the house for the next week or so. So she spent the night in the garage, and she's outside right now, but this would be the third time she's been skunked, and it's a light skunking, so we're probably looking at a week for the odor to go away. I've got some special skunk soap, but you know, you ever washed a cat? That's not something I'm too anxious to do. And uh-oh, he's going for the microphones. He's going for them. Dun-da-dun. Oh, jeez. Bert, like, what is it about these things that you like? Want me to set something up for you somewhere else? I can set up a fake microphone. How about that? Would you like me to do that? You can see the sign on my wall in the background. One of my customers made that for me. Just by surprise. When they showed up to pick up the radio, they handed me that nifty sign up there. Well, Bert, I don't know what to do about you. I'll give you something, you know, I do know what to do about you. I'll give you something better to play around with. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. You're supposed to boot it over there now and see what that was. This doesn't give you a heart attack. Why doesn't a cat go through a shop like this? Yes, and always getting heavier cat. Okay, we're ready to do this experiment too. So, so I've got the oscilloscope set for sweep. It's this is being caused by the sweep coming out of here, and I've got the output of the sweep generator connected to this center stator on the capacitor as instructed for doing alignment work, and I've got the scope connected basically to the input of the second IF transformer, which is the same as the output of the tube that follows the first. So I've got this set up just the way it needs to be set up to feed a signal into the transformer and see its output without disturbing the circuit arrangement with equipment. So all I got to do now is whopping AC signal here. I'm not quite sure why that's there. Why is that there? I've got the both the signal generator and the oscilloscope grounds on the chassis. Pull the plug here. How do you like that, eh? that's interesting. So there's no power in here right now, but this is connected through all this equipment back to an isolation transformer. It's hidden in behind here. This is also an isolation transformer. Yeah, I have two of them. A stupid arrangement, but I do. And why there would be a hum showing up could be because this is open circuited right now, because I got my switches open here. That's probably all it is. It's probably nothing. I'm probably thinking about nothing again. Okay. Sweep generator is sweeping along. The output is pretty low. And the scope is ready. I think if I turn the switches on, maybe we'll see the hum signal disappear. So I'm just being quiet because I'm listening to a kind of an odd buzzy sound in here. Okay, never mind that. Power on. Yeah. Through the dim bulbs. Okay, radio's operating. Making its usual horrible sound. I think it's worse than ever. Now, okay, even though this is going like crazy, I'm gonna change the grounding in here. I think I'm gonna have to. That's probably what we're after right there, which you can't see from where you are, but you could see it. Take a peek at this. Okay, you see these little bumps here? That's probably what we're after. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. We're going to use B minus as the negative spot for these two grounds. The thing about these two pieces of equipment, these grounds are basically the same thing. And if you hook one to the chassis and one to B minus, you're starting to short things out. You should not do that. Okay. So I want to pick off a nice secure ground. There's one right here. Likewise, I want to do the same thing here. B minus. Did I say ground? What a vague term. A B minus connection. So now both of these instruments are grounded on the B minus line. That is for sure the case, right? Make a mistake here. That's for sure the case. Okay, power back on. See if we still get any. Now we got a nice straight line. And you can see the two thingies there. What are those two thingies? There's also a thingy happening here. We got three thingies. Huh. Yeah, nothing funny can happen when you do it this way. Three thingies. Oh my gosh, really? Looks a little terrible on the camera there. It doesn't look nearly as good. So when you look with your eyes, it looks a lot more like a normal scope thing. Okay, I'm going to put that on the screen just by doing this. Okay. Now we want to try tuning that capacitor a little, or coil a little bit, and seeing what moves on the scope. It's this one here. Okay. Oh, what happened? They'll never do. Who's loosey-goosey here? What happened here? Just grabbing a wire. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be the shell of the can. Oh my gosh, that's true. The shell of the can should be grounded. it's not grounded, what do you got? You've got a floating shell. You got a floating shell picking up a hum and shoving it in the radio. Maybe this is part of the deal here I haven't thought of. I need to somehow make sure the can is grounded. How am I going to do that? With a clip lead or something like that. Okay, well, okay, that's a lesson learned. I could try jamming the clip in. That's probably a good way to do it. Jam in the clip. Find the clip. I just was looking at the clip. It's just in front of my face a second ago. What did you do with the clip? Well, maybe it's time for a coffee break. Where'd it go? I swear it was right here. Right here. Right in front of me here. Oh my gosh. How does this happen? Yeah. Let's go for a coffee break. And we'll try grounding the can. And then, by then, the cats took the clip. The cats took the clip. Hey, come back here. Very surprising to me, but I did not think of everything. Have a look at this. So that's the transformer, and you can see the leads coming through the chassis there. You can see where the clip is supposed to go. And if you look really close, you can see one of those leads is touching the chassis. The one in the bottom right corner. So I just didn't think about this at all. But, you know, with this thing loose and flopping around, they can short to the chassis. That would not be good. That's probably what was happening when I was fiddling around with the tuning. I was wiggling this a little bit, and it was probably shorting in and out. The clearances are not very favorable here. Without the clip, you'd have to constantly be vigilant that this is not shorting. And can you even see for sure? Let me hold this still. I'd say it's not shorting right at the moment. Boy, it's just a hair's width away. Huh. I'm gonna stick some tape in and around this, because it's going to be hard to keep an eye on it. Why not just put the clip in? Because I haven't found the clip. That's why. I have not found the clip yet. Yeah, okay. The clip would do it, I think. Okay, I found the clip. You know where it was? Right in front of me the whole time. Just right here. Right in front of me. Oh my gosh. So let's look and see now with the clip in place. And I'm not saying this is really locked in tight, but well, the clip itself could generate a short. Could it? No, it should be. See how they've made the where the terminals come out of the transistor. They've made collars, plastic collars, up just a wee bit, and this is to reduce the chance of all the things I'm worried about now. I don't think there's any shorts, but you know, I'm going to go at it with a tool. It's going to start wiggling around. But there's no shorts on it. The way it operates right now is the way it operates with no shorts. Let's see how it operates here. Okay, switch on the radio here. Got exactly the same double thing there. Here's what we've got on there. 3 things. How can there be 3 things? I can understand 2 things. There's 2 coils in the transformer. Where do you get 3 from? Okay, so I'm going to try to move the slug in the coil. Here, I'm gonna change this. Here, let's do this. Just bear with me a moment here. Just put it like that. There we go. Okay, going in. Just trying to engage. There we we're engaged. So watching the scope now. What does it do? I think this one's moving. These look more separate. Don't know exactly what happened. Oh, you know what? The clip has fallen loose. Okay, we got B plus right there. We're playing around with it. We don't really want to short out the B plus circuit. Well, I got quite a situation here. The clip doesn't quite grab the can. Maybe I can solve that eventually, but at this point it doesn't. The clip can drop and short these out. The transformer can drop and short out onto the chassis. When I go to tune it, I have to mechanically do stuff, and the whole thing has to be pretty rigid, or we're going to get more of those jumping sounds, make me jump. Huh. Oh, the coffee should be ready now. Oh, that's good. Yeah, coffee. Okay, let's try this again. It possibly some of these peaks I'm seeing up here are because of the radio's own tuning. It's possible. Because I'm running this. What am I running here? Let me just check. 400 to 500. So not really. The sweep is not really getting into the regular reception range of the radio, but there are harmonics and stuff like that going on. So I'm going to turn on the radio. We're going to see the peaks or whatever shows up here. I've tried to stabilize this as best I could. Still not very stable. So short circuits are quite possible here. I'm then going to play around with the other transformer a little bit, just to see if it affects what's on the screen here. I don't expect it will, but I just want to do that. No harm done if I do that, and then I will attempt to adjust the new one. That's the plan. Okay, here we go. Swoosh. How come you're hummy this time? Why have you gotten hummy? I'm talking about the swimming of the signal. Every time I do something. Okay. Fooling around with the other transformer now. So the scope is looking at the input to the transformer I'm about to adjust. Try and adjust. Look at that. So this peak is coming from this other transformer. Let me see if I can turn it back to where it was. Oh, this other transformer is as loose as can be too. Oh. The clip came off the other one. He says with a certain sound of anger in his voice. Why would the clip come off this? Just aren't very good clips. Okay, back to what we were doing. Right, so I was noting that this one was moving when I adjusted this transformer. So we don't do any more of that. These two, they're coming from the other one. Oh, what's this little... Can you see it? You can't really see what's in here. Let me see. I just turn this down a little bit. Maybe you see more of it. No. So what I'm seeing is looks like an X-ray full of bones with something squiggling right here like crazy. Okay, I'm going to tune the radio a little bit. Sorry, you can't really see these things. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so red herrings. Let's get the red herrings out of here. Red herrings removed. Still some funny stuff going on there. Okay, so now we see this and we see this. Okay, let me try the new transformer. This is more like what I would want to see. We don't know where 455 is on there. That was really weird. I don't know if did you see that? Not only was it waving, it started doing this too. Holy smokes. Probably because I generated a short down here. This is really scary stuff, because the B+, you don't want to short it. Okay, I'm in. Watch now. Oh, no. Don't. You know, this is coffee time for sure. Okay, so I've spent a few minutes trying to get the clip to grab on to the can, and I think it's about as grabbed on as it's going to get. Let's try this again here. Okay, let me turn on the set. Okay, I'm in the slot. All I want to do is just see, does this move over here? That's really what I'm looking for. There we go. Shoot. And you know what? So again, I cannot back it out. I can only push it forward because I have to jam this in. It's not working out at all. Now I'm going to do the stupidest thing of all and stick something metal in there. Actually, this isn't the stupidest thing of all. There's still room on the stupid runway. Here we go. Okay, watching now. Oh my gosh, it's not turning. Oh, it feels for sure like it's... Oh, got my hand on the chassis. This is not turning anything. There you go. So what I'm doing here is I'm demonstrating a rabbit hole effect. So where you get in the rabbit hole, this is what it looks like. Yeah. I don't know what to do here. I'm gonna go hide in my coffee cup somewhere. Okay, so I've kind of concluded that unless the transformer can be held firmly in place, I'm going to have trouble every time I try to do something with it. And the thing is, the clip doesn't seem to be grabbing it. Now this is an identical transformer to the one I've installed, half installed, and here's the clip that came with the radio. And I realize I have a chance here to kind of examine the situation out here. How are these clips even supposed to grab on? This one's grabbed. What did it grab with? I didn't even notice. Oh, I can't get it off. What's going on here? Nothing holding it on. Come on. There we go. Well, the other side snapped in. These things, well, obviously these things are made so they snap in easy. Okay, got it out. What do we got? There's nothing. I thought there was like a grippy thing on here. I don't know why I thought that. It's got a patent on it. It's called the AM cap lock. What is this? It's actually a patented little thing here. Patent number by the AM Corporation. It's a 119-4. Well, I thought these had some kind of a piece of metal or something like that got caught in this. The only way would be for the whole thing to go in and get caught, yeah. But I've never seen one of these shoved in. Like shoved in like this. I mean, there's a coil in there. They're always on the outside. Now, so how did this get locked on? There's nothing there. It just fit right in the opening. Okay, so I understand better how these work now. They barely work. That's the truth of it. Push it up to release it a bit. Not at all the way I thought they were, but I really never paid close attention until just now. Now it's locked over here again. Yeah, I really thought there was some kind of sort of like a fish hook affair, or a fish hook effect. Once you clip this on there, it really grabs on. Now this just worked perfectly on here. Why is it not working on the one in the radio? Well, that's a good question. Not coming up far enough? I don't want to snap this on again, but I mean, you see they've bent it this way. So the idea is you have to bend this to get the clip to grab, and then you've got the spring pull from this bent area. And I may be having trouble pushing it up high enough to get it on, or get it on one side, can't get it on the other. Come on in a little closer. Okay. Now, get this right out here. So this has to come up high enough for these to go in. So I can get one in easy because you can kind of off-center this a little bit. Get it in, then the other side's you'd have to push against this spring pretty hard to get it to snap in. Once it snaps in though, I think it'd be really solid. And they are. These things are really solid. Okay, so I'm gonna put the clip in here. Okay, the clip is up there. Now, we're going to try and make it clip on one side easily, and then we'll work at the other side. That's kind of what I've been doing all along, so it's really not any big revelation here. Okay, so we're pushing one side up, and no, I can't see a thing in there. Okay, either side can clip, one or the other. Snap in. Okay, so it's snapped in on. No, it hasn't really. What's it done? Is the wish I could get my hand all the way in there. Clip leads in the way. All the way down to the clip. Yeah, I can get all the way down there. There we go. No. Let's look at the one that is clipped in more closely. And because the whole thing is that triangle bottom corners have to be tucked in through the triangular hole. Just barely in there. This one's not in at all. So this is an example of one that's not done right. Can I fix this one? Or am I just hey, you know, just expanding the rabbit hole here? Where's my box? Here it is. Okay. Let's see what we do with this one. So I'm going to try pushing. I can see the clip is not, you can look underneath and tell the clip is not high enough. Pushing it up and then trying to get it to go in. You know, you got to use like a tool on it. I can't push with my finger. This is getting scarier and scarier. So like a broad screwdriver here. This kind of thing. I'm going to use it to shove on the clip. The bottom here. Okay, and the thing about this screwdriver, they can slide. Did I get it? Nope. Try again. Maybe there's a trick to these things that I don't know. I'm sure this is just supposed to click, click, and be done. And we're not getting the second click here. Is that in? No. Is it, see how flush that one is? That's because it's slightly in the pie hole. The pie hole. One more try. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to teach myself how these things work exactly. I mean, you think, wow, this would just be the simplest thing in the world, wouldn't it? Here we go. You know what? That went in, and when I released my finger pressure, it just fell out again. So it's... See? Did you hear it? I heard it that time. So something... There, it popped again. Okay, so... Okay, I know how the clips work exactly, and how they don't work exactly. Okay, buddy. Keep trying the same thing and not getting anywhere. Okay, I'm gonna try with the You know, I can't use the close-up camera here. It's too crowded for me. Are on the clips. They feel like they're set, you know. They feel like they're in. Really? No way. Miles out. How come it feels like it's in? Okay, one side. Side. I don't think I even got one side in. The other side. No, I mean, look at it. It's just. You little bugger, you. Well. The whole reason for putting the clip in that is just to stabilize things so I can get in and adjust the slugs. It's really not necessary in the long run as long as the transformer's stable enough and lots of wires hooked up to it to provide stability. So the clip is not absolutely necessary. So once again I'm just going to pop it out here because there's nothing holding it in, pretty sure. Nothing at all. This clip did not clip. Clip did not clip. Bad clip. Patented. With the radio off, with no risk. Let me get in here and let's see if I can make the slug move again. There. Okay, I'm in. Sure. As long as I'm holding the cam with my other hand, I can apply enough pressure to move the slug back. While I'm doing that, I'm wiggling this thing all over the place and I'm liable to short here. I could put some kind of insulation in here or something so that even if it does come into contact, it doesn't short right out during this procedure. I can also bend the terminals away a little bit. And of course, it's these lower terminals that are getting into trouble because gravity's pulling everything downwards. These upper ones have extra clearance. I shove a piece of paper through the gap here of the proper width, and that would do the trick quite nicely. Piece of paper. Okay, I got a plan. A stupid plan, but I got one. Okay, the shoving in a piece of paper idea is actually pretty easy to pull off. You can see a piece of paper here now, and that's going to keep the terminals from touching the chassis. Which means I can be a little more aggressive with this, which means we can go back to looking at the scope and trying to adjust this transformer, bringing it into the realm of 455. Okay, here we go again. Now I've adjusted my sweep generator to be very accurately between 400 and 500, so that would put 450 kilohertz right in the middle, provided I've got this centered properly. So it's not precision yet, but it's, if we can get the 455 would be just over here. If we can get the peak to show up in this area, then I can be pretty sure it's very close. Can we even get the peak? Can we even do this? I sound so optimistic, but who knows? Okay, here we go. Power on. There it is. Okay, so I see something fuzzy here, can see some kind of resonant peak here and something going on there. And why again it's humming like this, I don't know offhand. Why would that be? Why would that be humming? Do I have... yeah, everything's grounded properly. Yeah, I don't know why it's humming like that. Let's not worry about it. Okay, so I'm gonna go after the... so I gotta reach around and grab the cam with my hand. Doesn't give me a very good feeling, you know, grabbing onto metal parts like that that are not well grounded, and it could be grounded by me. Where are you? What am I grabbing? I shouldn't really just reach in. Here we are, I got it. Okay, I stabilized it. Can anybody see that? Okay, I can kind of see the scope under my arm here. Here we go. Turning. Anything moving? Okay, backing out. Is anything happening? It looks like that thing on the left is getting smaller. Okay, cranking in again. Yes, yes, it's getting bigger. It's not moving left or right though. Okay, so now we're going to do the top one. Oh boy. How am I going to stabilize it while I do it? Oh, because you're pushing in, you're stabilizing it as you're doing it. He says. Okay, oh, everybody hold still. Like it. Here we go. Anything happening? I don't think I'm in. Screwdriver. Okay, I'm definitely in. Watching now. Isn't moving very much. This is getting bigger and smaller. How come it's not moving? Oh my gosh, is that something to do with the tuning? Let me tune the radio. No, this other stuff is from the tuning. So this is definitely something to do with the IF. Oh my gosh, I don't get it. Why are these slugs so crazy hard to turn? Pretty stiff in here too. They look like carbon slugs with the slot right across, which is the same down there. And you know, this is the way they should feel, just like that. Why am I thinking this one feels different? Where's the slug? Excuse my head here for a moment. Can't see a thing. How far down is the slug? Well, it's down there a ways. I would say it can go a lot further than that though. Okay, watching the scope again. I can't move the slug. Isn't this what happened with the other one? Right from the start. Here we go. Okay, slug is moving out. Radio's getting quieter. And this size of this is getting smaller. It's not moving. It's not moving left or right. Why is that? Why would that be? Why would that be? Because it should move left or right. It should be pretty dramatic too. It's just getting bigger and smaller. Okay, let's do stupid stuff. We'll adjust the other one. Right in. Oh, this is moving. This is on the other one. That's not supposed to show on. So I got these totally backwards. I think this is first, and I think this is the second. I think I might be wrong about that now. I don't know. Let me check it out. Okay, no, this is T1. This is T2. Why you can see an effect from T2, I don't know. I suppose if I thought about it long enough, I'd probably realize that. Yeah, you should. So where are we getting to then? So if that's T2 on the left, then the other one is T1. And I didn't get it to go anywhere, did I? Well, is this thing jumping up and down too? Like, it looks like not only is it waving, it seems to be occasionally jumping upwards. I can't really do that. I've got the scope set on AC, so this shouldn't do what it just did. It went boop boop, didn't it? Or am I just, you know what? Probably not enough coffee. It's probably really the problem. Okay, so watching the bump now that I think is this transformer. Why so hard? I must have turned it to a limit because now it's easy to turn. But it doesn't seem to me it's in very far. Okay, it's not moving it left or right. I can hear it getting louder. Now I'm reaching that limit. Okay, let's try from underneath. Right in. Okay, I'm gonna grab this. Watch your fingers, man. Quieter. Louder seems like a good thing to me. I can't move the slug any further. So I'm screwing it inwards now. And again, it's not moving left or right. Yeah. What could this all mean? What are the chances that second transformer is in the right spot frequency-wise, and if I move the other one over onto it, we're done? What are the chances of that? Can I do that? Can I move that one all the way over? Where is 455 exactly? So 455, based on my sweep settings, it would be right in here. So this is roughly in the right spot. So it's really this guy that's not in the right spot. Let's move this guy over here. I'm building a new room in the rabbit hole here. Over you come. Over you come. Keep coming over. Hey, where'd the other one go? Wait a minute, where'd this one go? It looks like about as far as it's going to go. That's a beautiful looking wave going across my scope. Okay, we're going to try the bottom. If I really want to do this, I should move the scope to a slightly different position here than where it is. I can't get the screwdriver to set. There we are. Okay, we're set now. Ooh, what happened? I look over at the... Okay, I'm turning it. What has happened? Oh my gosh, I can't use a metal screwdriver on that. The situation has completely changed here. The other peak has disappeared. And we have one thing here now. Oh my gosh, what does all that mean? Any chance this radar's working? I wouldn't bet on that. Well, we're gonna find out, and then I'm gonna call it quits because this has got to be an awfully long video at this point. Okay, let's. So what we want to do is remove the test equipment. Scope first. Okay, we want to remove this input here. Okay, then we want to remove the ground connections. B- connections. Okay, I took that last one off. The hum level went up on the radio. Okay, volume up. It's just humming terribly like that. Okay, band. Yeah. Broadcast when these are showing like that. One of these two is the broadcast. I don't know which one. Doesn't make much difference in the sound of the radio, that's for sure. Just buzzing away. This knob is slipping too much now. Oh man. Okay. If for some reason you enjoy seeing me get stressed out doing this work, you're getting a wonderful opportunity for that. That's for sure. My gosh, I just can't. I can't believe the situation I'm in here. So, yeah. I didn't get anywhere today at all with this. I don't think. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I determined a few things. Maybe tomorrow what I'll do is I'll use the same setup. Instead, we'll get on the scope the whole IF from start to finish and see what kind of trouble we can get into with that. And the idea of that is to try to tune both transformers, even though I can't even tune one right now. Oh well, it's a beautiful day outside. That's where I'm heading. I hope you have a great day, and see you on the next video. As painful as it might be.